All praise to Yahweh, in the name of his son, Yahweh Shai, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Double honors to my elders, apostles, and the bishops of Great Millstone. This is where I have learned this truth, and where I am still learning this truth, and also shalom to the remnant and the elect of Israel. Lord willing, this is going to be a short video. All right, we're just going to touch on Revelation 13, verse 16 and 17, and get to the second part of the reading of this article that we had started last night. All right, so Revelation 13, verse 16 and 17. He reads, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name." All right, so the he is the wicked. All right, and because the earth was given into his hand. Okay, first of all, you can read Malachi chapter 1, verse 4. All right, to see that Esau Edom is still here. That is whom the wicked is. All right. And then you can look at Job 9 and 24 and see that the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. All right, which allows him to causeth all. All right, that word causeth goes back to the Greek word poieo, which means to make ready, and so at the same time to institute. All right, so he's going to make ready and so at the same time to institute all people to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. This mark is what we know to be the micro C-hip, or the RFID C-hip. All right, in the Greek, the word is charagma. All right, it is a badge of servitude to whom the world call the anti-Messiah. Okay, the wicked. All right, the ones who take this serve the creature, not the creator. All right, we, on the other hand, as Israelites, as the remnant and the elect, Lord willing, I'm of that number. All right, we serve the creator and not the creature. Okay, anti-Messiah. You guys are against the Messiah. All right, the opposite. Okay, so we know that this whole world is going digital. Okay, all these currencies of these globe on a global stage are crumbling. All right, everyone's moving to a digital future. Okay, verse 17 of Revelation 13, it reads, "And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name." So because the earth is given into his hand, he can determine what you have to do to participate in society, what you need to have clothing on your back, food on your table, and a roof over your head. All right, food in your kid's mouth. Okay, food in your mouth. All right, so we're in the midst of reading an article on if we are to take baby steps to the C-hip. All right, this is a possible, plausible road that we're going to go down. All right, so you listen to what we are reading, you filter it through Revelation 13, verse 16 and 17. Know that the system, okay, the system, the buying and selling, their system, all right, is going to end up going to the micro C-hip. If it's a baby step, still you can filter it through this and see the correlation. All right, you have to be able to have foresight. The Lord has to have blessed you with some foresight and eye salve. Right? He has to have willed you to be able to see these things. All right. So it's either baby step or they're just going to find a way to push this thing on the scene and make it mandatory. All right. If you want more detail, just go back to part 1 of this video. All right. But for now, we're going to go back here into this article and get some more of this reading done. The article, again, is called "The Race to Put Brain Implants in People is Heating Up." All right. Okay, so right now we're going to read this little section of this paragraph called "The Chasing Pack." All right, it says this year, this article was written in 2023, almost a year exactly. It's been a year to the month. All right. So it says this year, other companies carried out human experiments of novel devices in the spring. New York Precision Neuroscience placed its brain implant in 3 people for about 15 minutes. The patients were undergoing brain surgery for other reasons. 2 were awake at the time, and Precision wanted to see if its implant could successfully read, record, and map electrical activity from the surface of the brain. The startup has since carried out similar tests in 2 more patients and plans to expand the study in 2024 to more sites. All right, so we can look that up now. All right, they were planning to move forward with this in this year. It says co-founded in 2021 by Benjamin Rappaport, who was also a co-founder of Neuralink. Precision has developed a thin film array that is 1/5 the width of human hair and adheres to the surface of the brain. The technology is designed to be less invasive than implants such as the Utah array that sit deeper in the brain. Penetrating arrays can cause inflammation and scarring to the brain tissue, which can lead to a loss of signal quality over time. In its studies earlier this year, Precision says it demonstrated that its array can record brain activity in more detail and at higher resolution than current surface electrodes, which are used for monitoring epileptic seizures and mapping the brain. When patients need to undergo brain surgery, such as to remove a tumor, doctors place electrodes on their brain to identify the boundaries of areas involved in speech and movement so they can avoid those vital regions while operating. Quote, "We have already been able to create a picture of the awake human brain at a higher resolution than ever before," unquote, right, says Michael Major, Precision's co-founder and CEO. In October, the company announced it had acquired a facility to manufacture its arrays at a bigger scale. A team of 11 people is making a few hundred arrays a month. A cadre, whatever that word was. All right. Major says initially, Precision plans to use its device to help paralyzed people operate a computer and communicate digitally. Eventually, it intends to treat a range of neurological and neurodegenerative illnesses, including anxiety, depression, and dementia. Motif Neurotech is also tackling mental illness. Its device is designed to emit pulses of electrical stimulation to restore healthy circuit activity. A future version will read brain state data and react to it. In September, the Houston based company announced that surgeons temporarily installed its pea sized device in the skull of a patient who was having a brain tumor removed. In results that have yet to be peer reviewed, Motif showed that it could effectively deliver stimulation to the brain without actually coming into contact with it. The implant was over the brain for just a few minutes. The researchers also found that they could deliver safe and effective brain stimulation in pigs for a month. Motif wants to use the device to help people with treatment resistant depression, which affects millions of people in the US. I think there's an opportunity to be less invasive, Robinson says. Placing an implant in the skull instead of in the brain could avoid tissue damage, bleeding, and infection. Neuralink's device is almost meant to fit into the skull, but it has thin threads that reach into the brain tissue. Motif's device sits in the skull just above the dura, all right, the protective membrane that envelops the brain tissue. The device will target the prefrontal cortex, which is impaired in patients with major depressive disorder. The implant is powered by wireless magnetoelectric technology that Robinson developed at Rice University, eliminating the need for a battery. A special cap that's worn for about 20 minutes a day charges the stimulator. All right, so that was part 2 of this reading of this article. We got one more to go. Again, if you're just jumping in on this reading, go back and look at part 1 of the video with the same title. I think I titled it "The Race is On." Okay. So filter these things through Revelation chapter 13, verses 16 and 17. Pay attention to where the world is headed. Don't let these names throw you off, but hey, hold on to these names and research them. Keep track of the advancement in their technologies. All right. See where this thing could go. What part will these things play? Okay. What correlation do they have in this prophecy? All right. Even if it is getting people mentally ready for what is coming down the road. All right. But even with just these words in this article, a lot of people are probably excited about this. We've talked about paralyzation. We've talked about depression. All right. And the potential for this technology to help. A lot of people are signing up for this already, man. Okay. So with that, Kol Halal Yahweh, Baal Hashem Yahweh Shai, Baal Hashem Rakaha Kodash. Double honors to my elders, apostles, and the bishops of Great Millstone, or GMS for short. This is where I have learned this truth and where I am still learning this truth. And also shalom to the remnant and the elect of Israel. Before I go, one more thing. I seen today, from 3 days ago, I think they said that Google had introduced its quantum chip. All right. So you can probably search that up. Hey, yo, filter that through the scriptures. What's up with that technology, right? So, Lord willing, I'm of the number of the elect, and Lord willing, We'll see you in the next video. Shalom.